So this is something you see every time a company goes and uses a cloud, and they close their data center and they have a decision to make. And they have a bunch of decisions to make. But one of the first ones is a philosophical decision. Are you all cloud services, or are you in the cloud? And you'll do what you want with that. So the cloud has kind of two modes, sort of. Well, there's probably more than that, but one of them is there are a million services, 100 services, whatever, that are running in your cloud provider that you can use without standing anything up, and you just latch on to what they're doing and you use that. And the other is you use the cloud environment as an infinitely expanding flexible data center. And so what are the differences between those two? If you're all cloud, you optimize for speed, right? And you're just going to make decisions that give you time to market the fastest and ignore other constraints. And so in that case, that would be using all the cloud services, using cloud features, not standing anything up. You're going to align your solutions, what you're doing, with the capabilities of the cloud you're in. So that would be one of the primary driver there would be speed. The other option is you want to optimize for capability. And that would either be how portable it is or the best of breed. You might build everything yourself there. I've seen people do that. And that's because they're optimizing around the capability of what they want to build, right? And so there's like two trade-offs. And so if you look at that there, and really, I've been three places where we did big cloud moves. And every one of these places had this decision. Are we optimizing for speed and optimizing around the services that are there? Or are we optimizing for capability and flexibility, right? And so let's kind of look at some of the criteria that would go into that. And of course that didn't work because I had the wrong thing clicked. All right, so I'm going to argue there's basically two things here, and I made it look like, anyway, these are all lined up with each other. So it's either all in, catalog first, that's the cloud catalog first, or you're going to be agnostic and you're going to stay portable. Right? And we're just going to go down and I'm going to give you the advantage of each approach, right? So when you're all in, catalog first, you only have one throat to choke. That's an old sales saying, and it means you only have one vendor to deal with. On the other side of that, if you were to do portable, you're going to end up with a bunch of vendors. So you're going to end up with no lock-in. The goal there is to not be beholden to a single vendor. If you are in the cloud, and you've decided to go all in on the services that are in the cloud and build as little as possible, you have a much shorter decision cycle. It's what one or two services are available to me. I'm going to build and change my architecture to wrap around the services that are available. On the portable side, you can make a decision that might last longer, right? On the catalog side and the PaaS services and SaaS services side, you may pick whatever they got because they have some other product coming out later and you're going to have to migrate. The next one is really, and this actually happens with all software when you buy versus build. And this is kind of a buy versus build decision. If you use the catalog or service first, you're going to bend your business process a little bit to match the platform. And that's good and bad. And then on the portable side, you're going to bend your software to your business. And that can be great. That also can be hard. You may end up picking some best of breed something and then have to integrate it, or some third-party package. And you're going to beat the crud out of it till it fits the shape of what you need. Whereas on the classic services, it's really, this is what you got. You're going to build your system around that style. And actually, it's kind of a provided architecture. So if you're all in on the service side, faster is better than better. A service that is available today to me, or is already built, or there's some feature I need in it that's coming up soon, it may not be the best platform, but faster to market is better than better. And on the other side, it's really better is best. We want to run the best thing or better thing that we can run, and have the right platform. And I sort of view this as enterprise versus startup, right? So the startup, they don't even know if they're going to be eating tomorrow. So for them, faster is always better. And their business process can kind of align to that because they don't have any embedded process. And you'll see how that works out. And then if you're an enterprise and you have a lot of capabilities already, or you're growing from startup phase to another phase, then it may turn out that faster wasn't better. Now you need to go to better because you need that extra capability, the extra scaling, whatever it is. So in the catalog in the service catalogs that you get, all the services in the cloud are metered, meaning you pay for what you use. You turn it off, you don't pay. You use it a bunch, a surprising amount, you pay a surprising amount. On the portable side, a lot of times you're looking at fixed price contracts. I'm going to pay this for these licenses, and we're going to scale the hardware up and down, or we're not, and we just kind of know what the cost is going to be. There are no unexpected surprises. On the cloud side, you can see huge bills by accident, but you can also see very thin bills because they do cost optimization, and when you buy stuff, it's sort of in the middle. Neither super peak or super valley. I mean, there is one big database vendor that, you always have cost risks. Oh, I guess we won't talk about that right now. Anyway, so access. Now, the last one I find interesting, and I've seen this a couple of places. If you're all in on the catalog, using the cloud catalog, right, then you get access to work done by others. Like if the vendor's done any work for a competitor or for some other company, that's going to get rolled into their product, and then you're going to get the profit from it. And so you basically get an accelerator on the services that are available to you because you have the vendor and other of their customers creating something, right? On the agnostic portable side, like whether you're going to buy or build something, especially on the buy side, the big advantage is none of your improvements go back to your competitors. I've seen a couple places, insurance, finance, where we didn't want to work with a vendor because we didn't want them to improve their product and then sell it to our competitors. So there may be some cases where you think there's something proprietary. It's often much less than you think it is. But if you have something you think super proprietary that you didn't want them to build into the product for your competitors, then you may build out part of that thing. So with all the cool services that are out there, and I usually have another picture, no matter what decision you pick, there are some areas that just seems like you got to do your own thing or build it. And so the question is, would you rather just do those pieces or more? And I'm talking about compliance and controls, data controls, aging controls, monitoring. The cloud vendors all have monitoring, but I've never worked anywhere where we used it only their monitoring. And then data protection. They have basic rules, but you still got to have like data stewards and manage the data and all that kind of stuff. And the last one is testing and SDLC. It is mind-blowing to me. The cloud vendors provide you a lot of services, but they are basically bare ground. They give you a bunch of seeds, and you can plant whatever plants you want in there, but there's no notion that like this area is used differently than that. It is totally a flat space that you then carve up and use for yourself. So you're going to have to do those anyway. In some cases, if you're not really staffed for it, you might want to focus on those things. Although like in a startup case, man, like I said, you don't even care. You're just trying to get stuff done, and you'll worry about all those other things later. So anyway, like I said, when everybody has this as an issue when they're in the cloud, what version of the cloud are you going to do? Are you going to be all cloud, or are you going to just be in the cloud and do your own thing? Pick a driver and then try and stick with it and see what happens. Have a great day.